Decriminalizing marijuana at the federal level. Senate Democrats unveiling a bill that would do just that and also clear the way for more states to legalize the drug. Let's bring in NewsNation's Michael Schumer. He is live in California. So, Michael, right now it's just proposed legislation, but tell us how it would work.
Yeah, that's how it all begins, Nicole, with the proposed draft, what they call draft legislation, and what this bill proposes. And it's important, we should mention, that Charles Schumer, the majority leader, is the one presenting this legislation. It would take marijuana away from the Controlled Substances Act. It would also be able to tax, so generate tax dollars, federal tax dollars on marijuana-related business and direct those dollars to the communities that are most affected by the prosecutions of marijuana. It would also expunge the records of those who have had possession convictions over the past year. Here is Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and one of his deputies on this bill, that's Cory Booker of New Jersey, talking about the legislation.
I will use my clout as Majority Leader to make this a priority in the Senate. As my colleagues and I have said before, the war on drugs has really been a war on people, particularly people of color.
This is the first time in American history the majority leader of the United States Senate is leading the call to end prohibition of marijuana.
Oregon's Ron Wyden is also joining the majority leader there. And one of the other parts of this that makes it kind of interesting is that it's Chuck Schumer, 71 years old, possibly going to be challenged in a primary by perhaps even Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, getting on the right side of an issue that's very popular around the country. One of the problems that Senate Democrats are going to have on this bill, of course, is that Joe Biden himself has not been out front on this. As a matter of fact, he has said that he is not in favor of the legalization of marijuana. He would have to change. One member of Congress I spoke with today saying that he would expect that the president would not veto this legislation if it ever got to his desk. That's a long way from here, though, Nicole. Democrats have to get everyone on board. They're going to have to get some Republicans. They may have a shot with libertarians like Rand Paul or Mike Lee, but still a long way to go. Nicole?
Yep, still a very long way. We will see how those Republicans respond. Michael Schumer live tonight for us in L.A. Thank you.